Okay, so we started recording. All right. Okay. Are we good to go?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, so this is our workstation server. This is our application server. Let's do a quick rename for our application. So I discovered that I just want to repeat this so it can be captured in this recording. The last time after working, I stopped my instance, the two instances, I stopped it. And now that when we were about to start our revision class and I started the instances, the IP addresses have changed. Right. So if one does not want IP address to be changing, then we just have to assign an elastic IP address to our instances. And that also means more money. But what it means is you are locking down that IP address, right? So you guys can see my AWS uh,
Console.
and now I'm on my over extern, right?
Mobile extern, yeah.
Okay, so let's continue. What do we do now? We can continue to set up our Jenkins. We come here, we copy our workstation IP address, we paste, we put our 8080. Right. We still remember our username. I think we used Uyo. And we say we should use revision 2021 uh, exclamation mark, right? So yeah,
Okay.
we are in. Okay, and setting it up, I think we should first create an item, shall we? So what do we call our item? Let's limit to revision. It's going to be a freestyle. Then we say okay. So we have successfully created an item, right? So we're still setting it up. What else do we do, guys? Let's go and add plugins because we know we have to integrate our GitHub. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So we have to integrate our Java, our Git, and our Maven into Jenkins, right? And so
Okay.
that's what we're going to be doing now to the integration. But our Git is a plugin, right? So
Yeah.
have to go and add plugin as well. How do we do that? In dashboard here, we say manage Jenkins. From manage Jenkins, we come to manage plugins.
Manage plugin.
From manage plugins, we come to available plugins. And we can scroll down and look for GIT, the one available for source code management. Right. We're trying to look for GIT. Okay. We're going to need this one later, so let's add it. This is JIT pipeline for Blue Ocean. I don't think that's what we're looking for. For I can't see. Let's check update first.
What are we trying to do?
We
My
want to
network is
manage.
really misbehaving so
Oh, sorry, bro. So we want to integrate our Java and the Maven into our Jenkins. Okay. But
okay.
we know Java and Mavens are already available, but we want to we want to add a plugin for JIT. You know, JIT is a plugin. So we came to dashboard. From dashboard, we move to manage Jenkins. From manage Jenkins, we are in manage plugins. So we're looking.
Just you do when you do the initial setup, it comes with JIT automatically.
Okay. So let's check out our installed then. So if we have JIT here, that means we won't have to trouble ourselves.
That's it now.
Okay, so see series of JIT here then. Source code management. So I think that's correct. We already have our JIT here. There's nothing. I just want to look through again to be sure. There's nothing we need to add. Right, so that's it. So in that case, we can move ahead. Right. So let's go to our dashboard because we need now. Let's go and begin to define the tools, the tools we need. Manage Jenkins, global tool configuration. Okay. Remember we said we want to define three: Java, JIT, and Maven. Let's start with our Java. We say add JDK. We want to do it ourselves, so we will not allow it to do it automatically. Okay. The name of our Java is Java home. You remember when we were defining it in our Jenkins server, that's workstation,
Yeah.
and the part where it is will come here. workstation. I think the path is in user slash li library slash jvm. Do you guys remember this part when we're defining it here?
Yeah. User JVM.
So this is it, right? We come here, we copy this path, we come into our, we paste it. Is that correct? We come to the JIT as well. The name of our JIT is not default. Let's leave it JIT. Okay. And then our path for JIT is being JIT. Commonly we add JIT. Does anybody have any? So this particular here, you know, JIT is a file. It's not like a program. Okay, let us go and find this file and see. Uh, user bin. I'm not sure we'll be able to see it. You see everything that you are seeing here, they are all files. Okay. Except if we come here, say cd slash user slash bin, and then we say ll minus l. Okay. We can also say ll. We can grep for it. Are we seeing? Guys, are you with me?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so see our JIT here. See, it is a file, not a directory, not a folder. That's why we cannot copy the path from here. Or why can't you copy the path? Let's see if we're going to see JIT. That's J, right? OPQRLLM. JIT. So we cannot copy the file, but we know that this is where it is. Okay, and then we'll come here and dump it. You can also, what else? Oga said we can use this Gradle if we are trying to develop a mobile app, right? But what we are developing is a web app. So we add our what? Our Maven, right? So for our Maven,
Yeah.
we say don't do it automatically. we want to define our Maven ourselves, and then our Maven path will come to our mobile extern again. Remember when we run our Maven, we moved that file to slash operations. Okay, see our Maven here. Am I going too fast, Mr. Emmanuel?
No, I'm following.
All right, so I don't need to ask Mr. Well, I know Ogana
Oh,
Oga.
don't conclude like that, please.
Oga, you now, Oga. So,
Boy, I'm concluding for you on your behalf.
This is concluded.
see, so you come here and copy it, right? When we copy, come here and paste. Okay. I think those are the three things we have to define. Our Java, right? Java is like uh, the foundation for every other thing. While our GIT is where you have the codes that we build. Then our Maven is the one that compiles everything into one, or that allows us to access the code we have in JIT as a web app. Otherwise, if we wanted to build, assuming what we have in JIT, if we want it as both mobile app and the web app, we'll just come here and say we add Gradle, because you can use Gradle for a mobile app, right? But we are not doing that. We only want to build a web app. So the only thing we'll do is just the Maven, right? And then what's next? We apply, and then we save. So we have defined the three tools we need. Now, the code itself that we want to turn into a web app, we have to go link
What
it.
warning is this? Don't ignore it all.
I think this warning is for Jenkins. Warnings have been published for the following current installed components: credential, plugin, reflected. We are not dealing with this, so because I saw it on my other stuff as well.
Okay.
Yeah, see it here too. There are updates available.
Hmm.
I don't think it has to do with us. We have not graduated to that guru level.
Yeah, I'm still learning.
Yeah. So now let us go and define our code. We go to our dashboard, the project we want to build, right? Come to configure, come to source code management, click on JIT, and here we put, what do we put here? The code that we have we've written, the URL, right? And then we agree that we are going to be using our gas URL, right? So there's no error message, isn't it? So this is not our gas URL.
You and this Indian guy,
Don't mind the guy.
Nara, who it is you?
remove that thing.
The guy is using very serious automoko wherever he is. Uh, Again, I am. I don't tire for this Nara. Ooh.
The guy don't want to give up. He don't want to give up in work easily.
She
Wow.
is a liar. Okay, so this is it, and there's no error message. Shows that our link is
Yes.
our
Okay.
link is good, right?
Yeah.
So what do we do next? We apply and we save. Okay. So is there anything that we need to do at this point? Okay.
Yes, I think there's a place we have to choose Maven.
Yes.
In
Yes.
our,
So then we go to our dashboard. It's still in configure, right?
yes, is in the job that we are supposed to do. This same code build, yeah.
Say add build up,
Uh,
right? In
no, no,
work.
no,
Say
no.
no.
Go up. It's something that has to do with just come down gradually. Mm,
I think it's here. This build here.
Build step.
Okay. Invoke top
Yes,
level.
top level Maven targets.
Target.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Then you now choose your default, your Maven
Right.
home.
You must see
Test
what I'm
install.
saying now. I say this guy is a guru. Yeah.
Don't worry, we know already.
Maybe.
Obafemi, continue your lecture, please.
You say test install. What else? I think we'll save here, right?
Yeah, apply and save.
At least. Let's apply and save first. So we cannot go ahead and build.
Just give me a minute, please. I need to change over. I don't take like that.
All right.
Then, Obafemi, I've been saying this ants stuff. What's the ants used for? Because I don't know whether
I think Ant is
Oga mentioned it or
no,
something.
he didn't mention it. He didn't mention it. But I've been seeing Ant online too as one of the DevOps tools. Right? I'm coming. Let me. Can you see my browser?
Yes, I can.
Okay. There is a. There's a place I saw. All right. So as you have all these plenty tools here, huh? That's how you
Okay.
can also use see where you have Jenkins in the release. See JIT for coding. Maven is to build, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can use Maven to build if it is web app. You can use Gradle to build if it is a mobile app. But I've not really found out what and
And it's possible even the Maven might be able to build the mobile version, or it must be Gradle.
okay, well, that's true. Gradle Maven can also build mobile. In fact, I think I saw somewhere that moving to are also improving.
Okay, improving to be able to build mobile.
You get.
Okay.
So Ant is a Java
Apache Ant.
library, and I mean this thing plenty. Make I no lie you. The one will just have to pick his.
Focus on the one you want to use.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. More master the one where they give us best.
Get my brother. By the
Yeah.
time we fully master that one, when you become a very good guru, when Oyibo call you blue English, you blue and back. At least.
Yeah. See, now this one you dey use. Now this one is a use.
Yes, sir.
Now move from there. Okay. Boy, you never come back.
I am here. Sorry.
Okay.
Did it build?
No.
No.
For you now, so
We're
that
waiting for you to
you can
continue.
put your blessing.
I'm very sorry.
No, it's not an issue. You know, now we must wait for the other's blessing before.
Before the head.
Exactly.
Ekwesa in engineer.
Okay, so we come and build, Rabbi.
Yes.
So yeah.
Share screen, oh.
For real?
Yes.
Yes, we have come back to your fine face.
Wait,
The sharing has stopped.
but why?
Because I think I saw your
Maybe it's an now click control spoil.
Can you see it now?
you guys were searching. You were searching for ants.
Yes, you can see that.
You can see it now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Which one is keep this build forever? You say make you build now. They say na success, so sir?
It doesn't have a choice. It must be successful now.
I been now. Why no go fear face?
Three heads they combine do one. What does it mean?
Why no go fear face now? So successfully we have built our first. How do we confirm this build? We can go and check our web.war file, right?
Yeah, so the one file.
Okay, they say this one too will end in 10 minutes. So we can come back here, come to workplace, right? We come to web, right? We come to target. Have you seen our file? Webapp.war.
Yeah.
Can you see Mr. Ima?
Yes, I can.
All right, so this is what we just built here. You saw how I got here from work?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
no, sorry. Rain was beginning. I just went to check.
okay, sorry about that.
Okay.
Can we move on now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so you click on your project,
Okay.
Come to workspace.
Workspace.
Come to web app.
Okay.
Then you see your target.
Targets.
See your
I see web
web app tab,
app.war.
right?
Yeah.
You can see it here. You can also come to your workstation server. You can see the, let's leave this place first. Let's come to EC2 user. Okay, so if we cd into var lib,
We can see your mobile extra.
for real?
When you
Yes.
when you stop sharing, it's like you only shared your everything has gone now.
Yes, I want to.
And we have 7 minutes left to buy. Hope it won't stop the recording.
It will. It will, but it's not a problem. You can find a way. You can find a app that can join. Find an app that can join recording together. Can you see now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to. I just showed us how we can find the web app file from our GUI on Jenkins. Okay, so we can also come to our Jenkins server, which is our workstation server. This link, cd into var.lib.jenkins.work workspace, right? Let's enter from here and then begin to from here. This is the name of the project we created, right? Revision. We can see, let's cd into it. Where are we going? We are going into web app, right?
Yeah.
Where are we going? We are going to target, right?
Target.
Obafemi, how did you enter web app without being root?
Web app, of course I can now.
folder.
It's just cd. I'm not doing anything. I'm just opening.
It's just changing directory. Yeah.
Just opening direct.
Engineer King, each time he tries entering the web app folder,
It will
it's
say
always
permission.
yes.
Permission denied or
Until
something.
even if he uses sudo, it doesn't work until he turns to root.
Maybe I told you that this thing is fearing the three of us. So it's cooperating.
Spiritual something.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So, all right. You've seen our web app file. So this is it here. Okay. Do we browse for this? Will it work? Let's try it. Are you there, guys?
Yeah, we are.
So, come here. I've not done this before, but let's try if it is going to work. I don't understand why this thing cannot stay in a place. Right?
Yeah.
But for me, you cannot browse like that now. You just you built. You did not put it on a web server or anything.
Web server.
I
Okay.
didn't send it to the web. That's true.
Yes, we've not gotten to the application server where we have our web server.
Okay, so let's go and
We
set
don't
up
have
our application server. Is that it?
That's the next step now.
Right. What do we
Yes.
do first?
Java.
Or Java? What am I writing? Okay, I think I've installed Java here, right? What next after Java? We install Tomcat.
Tomcat.
Is that it? So let's go and copy the link for Tomcat. Please. Okay. We do. We come to Apache Tomcat website. You want to install Tomcat 10, right?
Yeah.
See the link here. This is star, right? You right click and say copy link. If you click on it, it will just go ahead and download it. Okay. We come back into our application server. Remember what we are using is wget. Okay, so first I have to switch to
Root.
root. Okay, so wget. Then we download. Our download was successful. The next thing we do is we on tar, right? Mr. Moyo.
Yeah.
Don't leave me alone for this matter.
Nah, and all these ones are small things now.
Yeah, no man, a reputation.
Even if you give him manual, he go do am without
Okay.
any complaint.
Hey, I laugh in Spanish.
He's a love in Spanish.
Remove. Okay, while this goes on, I just want to have summary. It seems if I get my understanding is right,
Okay.
the majority of the work is on the workstation, Abi.
And that's
That
where you
is,
do all your
it seems all other servers now, you just need two installations, unlike the workstation where you had almost 4, Abi.
yes.
That is, so for this one, for the application server,
Yeah.
we are downloading just Tomcat, Java then.
Yes.
Then while the
The line is breaking, or is it my own?
you said
You said why the what?
while in the production server,
Yes.
we download both Java and Ansible.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to get the order in my head so that
Yeah,
you just know what you're doing.
but that's fine. Okay, so we used wget to download the installation file for our Tomcat, and then we tarred it. Okay. The next thing we are doing now is to install. Remember, when you want to do installation, it is as root. So we say yum install Tomcat your switch. Okay, and that's successful, right? You guys are still with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Thank you. Don't leave me alone. No. The next thing is we'll copy our Tomcat into our Tomcat file into where it should be. How do we do that? We say copy recursive. Then before we copy, let's look at which of the Tomcats we installed. 10.0.6. We copy this. Then you now say copy recursively from the current folder. I wonder why this thing normally do this nonsense.
There's a way you can put do not show this message again. Just click on that checkbox there.
So we are copying it from the current folder recursively. That means everything, both hidden and non-hidden.
Unhidden.
Yeah, from the current location. This is dot / take it to dot opt directory. We enter. So that has happened successfully. The next thing we'll do for Tomcat, just as we did for Jenkins Server, is we'll define our variables. How do we define variables? We're going to edit our
VI.
bash
Or bash file.
file.
Profile.
Then we insert, right? When you insert, you come to so the guru they say the name is Catalina underscore home equals to, let us go and copy.
I'm wondering how did Java dash version work without it being in this define here?
Okay, in this VI file, Abi.
Yes.
I thought about it too.
I didn't get.
We don't have Java. Java's part is not here. And when you
In
did
the
Java,
VI file.
it works.
I still don't understand. Like we've not installed
This
Java.
VI you are trying to edit now. No, this stuff you're trying to define now. You know, like the other was the Java variable aspect is there. The Java component.
Was it?
In the other, in the workstation,
Yes.
when we're defining variable now, you know, we have the Java aspect
No, it wasn't
when
there.
you VI.
We installed it. We put it ourselves. So.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
It was as plain as this. We put the Java. We defined the Java directory ourselves. Yeah.
Okay.
No, not in Jenkins now. Like what you're about to do for Catalina home for Tomcat.
Yes.
We should have a Java home in this file, but it's not here. And that's how you tell the operating system to know where to look for Java.
Oh yes. Okay, that you're right. So
Okay.
we should do Java first. That's true.
Like it's not here, but when you did Java version, it showed that Java is
Should.
installed.
Yes.
And
Now.
that should not be.
No, it can be.
Mm.
Yes, if you install your Java, it
Yeah.
will install. But if you
Yeah.
don't define it, what you are saying is you're not
When you
telling
now
the
want to
system
use it.
exactly
Okay.
when you want to call for it.
Okay. Mm.
Remember,
To still not see it. Okay, it's true.
You understand, Emmanuel?
Yeah, I get you. I understand now. Okay.
So
Even
defining the part
as well as other applications too is same thing. You can install them.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you don't now put where the variables for it to stop, you can't
So
now
when you call for
run
them,
anything. Yeah, yeah.
like this is
Okay,
part
I
of
got.
this is the kind of question me I like to ask when we're in class. I say, okay, so let's go and remove one definition and let's go and call for it and see if there will
For the
be
stuff.
error. Yeah. When I was working on my personal one, it actually happened like that. I have not defined variable on my application, and I was trying to use Tomcat. I was trying to start Tomcat. It didn't start. I now backtrace. That was last night. I now backtrace which step have I made. And I realized I have not even done the definition. So where does it go to start? When you say dot startup whatever. So let's define our Java. Like we say, our Java is in our slash JVM, right? Oh, so what I'm looking for, I'm trying to look for our directory here. USR
The
ID JVM, right? You copy, you paste, right? Then you define your our Catalina. We said it is so this is in opt, right? See, see it here. Copy, right? We define the Catalina base, just as we have for Maven. We have Maven and the M2, same as this as well. The next thing is we come and show them the path. The first one is Java home, right? The second one is Catalina home. Second one is Catalina base. Am I making sense, my people?
yes, you
Yes, so yeah.
Leave me alone, I beg. So when I'm done, I say escape, semicolon, right, quit, and bank. We're done. So we set up our Tomcat. Next thing you should try and we turn it on. This is part of where. So to turn it on, we go into the folder where you have it, and remember the folder we say it is uh, here. Copy this. What's happening here? Okay, so see this folder /bin. Inside this folder, this opt apache tomcat /bin is where you have the file. If we do ll now, see this startup.sh. This is the file we need to start up our Tomcat. How do we do that? You see, from this current folder, call up startup.sh, right? And so we have successfully installed our Tomcat, and then we also have successfully started up. I think you can go ahead and browse for it now to be sure what we've
Yes.
done, right?
Okay.
Come to see our application.
Sorry, but Obafemi, you
Yes, sir.
didn't cut, but yet everything that was in the file folder came out.
Yeah. Can you repeat that, sir?
You said?
Can you repeat that, sir? Can you repeat what you said?
I thought it is when you cut that you'd see. Okay, I thought it is when you cut a particular folder that you see what was set up inside. But I'm saying that you didn't cut. You just put the slash, that's home/startup.sh,
Okay, yeah.
and
So
entered. Everything we set up now came out.
no, everything we set up didn't come out. Though. It only informed us that he has successfully started Tomcat that is now running. Okay.
Started. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
want
Okay.
to if
Okay.
you want to start
Okay. I
Tomcat,
was saying the content. It was like it was a cat.
no, it wasn't a cat.
Okay.
This when I invoked
Okay.
this
Okay. I get
command,
now.
now give us this. So you're now saying you are now
Okay,
using
just to start it up. Okay.
exactly you've started it up now. All right.
Okay.
You come here,
Okay.
you copy this, and then let me hide this. If I paste this and put 80 and run. So if you are seeing this, you've successfully installed Tomcat. Congratulations.
Install Tomcat. Okay.
Right, so
Mm.
uh, now remember our web app, our web servers. We have our HTTP Tomcat, HTTP, which other one? For cloud,
Apache.
Apache, right? Then we have for
Windows,
Google,
IIS.
we have Windows I something,
IIS.
IIS for Windows, right? So it is from here now. Okay, it is into this that we can now deploy that uh, our web.war file so that we can now browse for it, right?
Okay.
Do we move on or we pause small here?
Let's move.
Let's move.
Okay, we move. So next thing is from workstation here, right? You remember this web.war file? Huh?
Yeah.
We can do secure copy this.
Yeah, we do.
If we do secure copy this file into here, into EC2 of this place, we'll be able to browse for it. Let's do that now. Shall we? Huh?
Okay.
Sudo
Yeah, we can. Sudo SCP.
Mr. Moyo, how do we remove this nonsense?
Have you tried Control C?
Okay, I'm leave after now, sure. The IP address of our destination
IP of the other place.
18.207.168.75.
One
Right.
six eight 175.
Then
Yeah.
when you get there, put it in home, put it in EC to user, right?
User.
Request
Yeah.
password. Are you sure you want to continue? Okay. I was supposed to meant to say yes, right?
Yeah.
It's saying, are you sure you want to say yes? Permission denied. Public key. Okay, so does anybody know what's happening here? I know, and I've talked about it. We have no authenticated password.
Password in the from the beginning.
Yes, in the beginning,
But I thought we did password authentication.
we did for workstation server. Remember, we are SSHing into
Workstation. Okay, not application.
exactly.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
come here.
Okay.
After we come here, let's get out of this place to our home. We see to user. Let us cut the
Obafemi,
sir.
Obafemi, I
Sir.
understand what you're trying to do, yeah?
Yeah.
But you know why Engineer Key went through all of this wahala is because it was training us anew. But the whole essence of DevOps here is
Wait.
in the automation.
Yeah.
So I don't think secure copying it, defeats addresses that, if you're trying to build your pipeline, you don't need to do your secure
Of course, we
copy.
don't need to do a secure copy. We can just come to our Jenkins and just
Jenkins, and yes, you can do your
artifacts
testing there.
over
Yes.
SSH,
SSH,
right?
yeah. That's if you do whatever you're trying to do here now with your password or anything, you can address that from your
From
Jenkins.
our exactly. But even with that, we must still come here and also enable password.
Yes.
Right. So let's enable password and then let us not do the manual
Yes, it's not.
secure copy.
It can be
Go to
confusing.
our Jenkins and automate it. All right. It's good to have elders in the house.
Emmanuel, are you with us?
Okay.
Emma, do you understand what
I'm trying to my own app. I'm Pentium 2. I'm processing what you just said now.
Okay, so let me back up on that. You see this webapp.war file.
Okay.
It's what we need on our Tomcat so we can browse for everything we have done with GitHub. Okay. Everything in GitHub.
Okay.
Connected with Jenkins. Jenkins used Mavens to help us build this. To help us build web.war. Okay. And this is where it saved it.
Web.
Exactly. So manually, we can secure copy this into our application server. We can browse for it. But that's not how
server to now test. Okay.
International DevOps.
Okay, so we need to automate it.
Exactly.
Okay.
We can
standard. Okay, so you're supposed to automate it from Jenkins.
Exactly. So what will happen from Jenkins is as it's building it, it is saving it here, and it is also sending it to the application server immediately. All right. But before we can do that,
immediately,
we must enable authentication.
That authentication
at this point, right? So that's what we want to do now.
Okay.
We want to go and open our SSH underscore config. So this is the file that is housing that point. Then you press I to insert. When you're done, see where we are coming to. So you turn this to a comment, and then you turn this to an instruction, and we are done. Right?
Okay.
Say escape,
Yeah.
escape again, semicolon, right, quit, and bang. Okay. So there's no need to do secure copy, you can still do it, but since it is a DevOps that we are doing, let's now come to our this is mine. We don't need it. Okay, let's use this. Okay. So from here now we'll come and say we can come here and build. Wait, we were supposed to restart that stuff. Oh, whenever we touch this kind of file,
Yes,
we do
your SSH.
system ctl. Remember we
System
said
CTL.
anything sshd, anything that has d, we must do
Yeah.
restart hd.
Restart and enable.
Yes. So everything is cocoa now. Can now go back to our here. From here now, we now want to build over app. We come to our dashboard. So basically, since of all these things as DevOps is, your automation game is top notch. You don't do manual things. So that's what we want to do now. We say manage Jenkins. Right? Computer system.
Plugins, manage plugins. We need to get the publish over
Okay,
SSH
that's
public.
true. You have to manage plugins first. I added it the other time, but I remember. I will send them tomorrow. Okay. This.
Publish over SSH.
Right.
I'll give them first flight. Maybe when I'm
That's it, right?
I'll pick it and address.
Yeah,
First
that's
flight,
it.
they will put
Okay. Install without restart.
Why?
I don't want to restart our.
This auto sample stuff.
Okay.
Stuff. We order send me after.
Oh, let us go
We have
and
not
see
responded
restart.
now.
It will ask you after a door is done.
You said?
It has installed already, yeah?
Yes, you can. It has installed already. Do we move on and say let it restart?
At times, it's always better in case it needs to put in any other thing.
I don't. So now we might now be looking for where to restart our Jenkins now. We either look for it or can you
Sign
hear
out
me?
and sign in back. Yeah, go with you.
We either look for it or we go and look for another thing that we don't need.
To his door.
Exactly. So you can give us that install without restart. Yeah,
The
the
option of it.
still
But I
up.
think once you can log out and log in back, that's like
Exactly. That's
equivalent
like
to restarting.
you will be able to see the start here, self.
Abi, that's true. Yes.
Be able to see the start here, bro. Let's see.
Logging out and logging in will do it.
Yeah.
Not do anything.
All right. So now that we have done that, what do we do now?
We can configure the plugin. We
can
just
configure the system. We'll come to publish over SSH, right? Mr. Ima, are you following us?
Yes, I'm with you, Jerry.
Okay.
There was noise in my background, that's why I muted myself.
Okay. We say add, right? Is that it? What do we put here?
application server.
IP of our host, right? Our host is our workstation, isn't it?
I thought it's supposed to be of the application server.
Is it the application server where we are SSHing into? Okay. I'm not.
It should be application now.
That's true. You don't reach. Let these people hold on now. How can they be signing us out like that? Is it because we don't have money?
Yeah, you imagine. Don't worry. Because of that, we'll go and look for the joining of videos. I don't know anything.
You don't mind them or are you even? Okay. You come to advance.
Don't forget that remote directory. You have a dot there.
How many minutes more, please?
Yeah.
9 minutes.
He said remote directory.
Remote directory.
Okay.
Remote directory, yeah. No, back up. After your
remote directory, you're supposed to put a dot up.
yes,
Up.
that's the current directory. Yes.
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 Then use password authentication. Scroll back up. Use password. Yeah.
Right. Then we'll test.
Test. I'll talk to your
Failed. Why? Failed to connect and initiate SSH connection. So let's begin to troubleshoot now. Okay, so
is the IP correct for the application server?
I had this issue too when I was working on my own. Yeah.
You had the issue too, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll say, can we SSH from here?
Yes.
That's the first thing we need to go and confirm. If we are able to SSH from here. Because if we are not able to SSH, if they're not seeing each other, what's the point?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's the whole essence of the publish over SSH.
Yeah. Of the whole thing, yeah.
Just to
You want to confirm? Okay. Is EC2 user or Bafemi?
I thought it's just EC2 for SSH, but let me just put EC2 user. Who remember our password? No do.
Hey, hey, you actually mentioned it that day, but we told you to write it down.
I think our password is revision.
Is it revision 1, 2, 3 or something?
Sure. We can always go and change it. It's not hard.
Wait, have we even set password for it?
That's another thing. I think we did it last time, but please let's just do that again. That's that when I told you I had the same problem. That was the same thing that happened to me. I was busy doing the way I was trying to set up the password was just wrong. I should have done password then the EC2 user. I was just doing password and I was changing the password for the root constantly. So
Instead of
I didn't put the EC2 user in front of this is not password as a full word.
Oh my God. Right?
Yes, then EC2 user.
Okay, we don't already put safe.
Yes, changing. No, even if you are doing it for the first time, it will still say changing password.
So capital R, small e, small v, small I, small s, small I, small o, small n, revision, star. Not star, exclamation mark. The password failed directory check is based on. Okay, 2021, exclamation mark. Okay, so the password I used is revision 2021 exclamation mark. The first letter of that word is in capital case.
capital. Okay.
Yes. So let's come here right and do revision 2021 exclamation mark. Authentication field.
Your authentication failed. It's different from permission denied.
Let's do that again, right? Bounce. You did it. No be so?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
So can we
Everything
come
is
here?
fine. Let's go to our Jenkins now and change that password. You probably was not putting the right password before.
Here?
Password, phrase, and password. Oh, you didn't put that before originally. When you say you use password authentication, I did not put password over Femi.
Oh my goodness.
Voilà, be like bicycle.
My brother, I did the ad to start. Okay. Now so now. You did it.
That's right.
Right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can apply and save.
By the time we scatter abroad now, and so we go to call each other Oga. When you go won't frustrate me for years, see my problem. Let's solve it
I did tell
together.
you. Me we very soon. If I go to drag na like tiger generator.
Tiger generator.
This guy. Okay, so the next thing is to go and build, right?
Money to night.
No, we are not building
Yeah.
it. We've not put in. Okay, yes, it's built now. Yes. Sorry, we are good to send.
So we now say post build actions. Where are we going to?
Our job,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Configure, right?
Yeah.
Post build actions,
Yeah.
right?
Add post build action. No, are we supposed to do this yet? This is when we want to. Okay, do we want to do that once and for all? Like to copy it and put in the Tomcat directory?
Is that not what we want to do? Or you just want us to dump it in the EC2?
And let's do it once.
Okay,
Since Emmanuel already understands
no.
why we are doing this.
Okay, let's go and dump in the EC2 first. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay, so what do we agree? We should go and build so you can send that. Let's go and build it first. Or you want us to automate at once?
Once and for all.
And so if it is that, we'll have to come down to post build action. That's it now, right?
Yes.
Send build artifact over SSH.
Okay, sorry, 1 second, no. But I don't know if we're considering those that might not be in this class too.
Okay, so let's build first.
Not just the three of us.
Let's cancel this post build action.
Even Obafemi, yeah, Obafemi.
Yes, sir.
Even if we're not going to send it straight to do the automation from here, we still have to do this send artifact over SSH in.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Oh yeah, now let's go.
We just added that to the.
Okay.
Application server, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then we have to select the source file. That'll be webapp/target.
webapp.war.
Remove the prefix. The next one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. The current
directory.
I'm not doing any command yet.
You don't do any command yet.
Abi?
We have to. Let's say copy it from the current directory. Okay, so this one now, if we don't do this command, it will just dump it on the.
Just dump it
EC2.
in the home directory of the EC2.
Yes,
yeah.
it will dump it in EC2. But if we put Okay, so same people that are watching, let us leave it like this first. So they can understand, right?
Yeah.
Apply, save, then we build again.
Console output.
Huh?
Console output.
Success. Okay, so let's go to our
Application file.
application. Let's list. Can you see it here? Have you seen it? Well, from here now,
Yeah.
you cannot browse from here, can it?
No.
Cannot browse for here. So that's why we must add that command. Okay, if we say you cannot browse from here, why don't we just test it? Let's test it. No, this is my
It's Tomcat.
Tomcat
It's slash web app now.
slash right.
Web app.
Yeah.
So we still cannot browse. So we come to our here. We add our command. And the command is sudo copy from the current, copy the web app dot wow. Where are you sending it to? Copy it to web app dot let's just go and copy where we want it to be. I think it should be here, right? Inside here.
Yes.
Oh, this one has timed out again. Instead of wasting our time. Right?
Yeah.
Dump it here. We'll say apply. We'll say save.
Save.
Then go and build again. Successful. Okay. With this now, if we browse for this, let's see. Bang, bang,
Awesome.
bang.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay.
So What do we do? Do we recap everything we have done?
Okay.
Okay, so we configured our Jenkins and we built. When we built, we generated a web WAR that we cannot access from our workstation server because it is not a web server. So we have to go and set up our application server. We installed Java, we installed web server Tomcat, actually Tomcat. We also defined variables for the two, Java and Tomcat, and then we start the Tomcat, right?
Yeah.
After we started it, we browsed for it and it showed us welcome to, if you have seen this successfully configured, installed Tomcat. Then we now return to our Jenkins to complete the configuration. So this time what we did was we first added a plugin that will enable us to publish our .war file over SSH,
Right, directly. Yeah.
right? So we added that plugin, we restarted our Jenkins, and then the next thing is we went to post build. In the post build, we ask it that from this point, send post build over our application server, and we tested, which gave us error. So we realized that the workstation server cannot SSH into our application server. So we went to our workstation server here. We tried SSH, we didn't work. We realized that we have not authenticated password in our application server. So we came to our application server, we edited our SSH underscore config file, and then we set it to authenticate password. We also realized that we have not even set, either we forgot or we have not even set password for it. We also created that as well. And then we returned to our workstation server to try SSH. And what we did here is we just did simple SSH EC2 user at our application server public IP. Then it asking us if we should permanently add it. We said yes. We requested for password. We said yes. And as it is now, we have not even logged out. Currently, whatever we do now, we are doing it inside our application server. Let me
Okay.
do LL. Let's see.
See our web file. Okay.
Can you see? Even from here, until we say
Remember
X.
we had this challenge.
Yes, and Oga did not exist. It was you that actually reminded him, Mr.
No,
I think it was you that asked him to
the
exit.
one I remembered, I was the one that was jumping that day, and after we said shit in, we didn't remember to.
To exit.
Wow, oh, that day was not funny.
Okay, it's true. If you don't exit, you'll still be working in the other
When
application
you do,
server.
you are remember, so I just did the LED now and it was showing me the content of my, I'm in my workstation server,
Application server, yeah.
right? And I'm seeing Tomcat. So it's, you get it. So
Okay, I get you.
if you look at this IP address, I think this is the the private IP address of my application server. Let's go and check. Look at it here. 173.312.2249.
So the first, yeah.
173. Do you see here? All right. So
Yeah.
we SSH into it and we realized, okay, we can now SSH. We now went back to our Jenkins. Uh, Came back to our Jenkins. We came to projects. And what we did here is we came to our configure. we now came to our build. After we did the build, we now I think from advanced, no, we didn't do anything in advance here. We put all the necessary parameters. At first, we asked it to just send the web.war file. We didn't ask it to move it to where you can be able to browse it. We just asked it to send the web.war file. Okay. And then we saw it in our EC2 of our application server, but we can't browse for it. So from that EC2, from here, we either copy it from here into this directory, which is here, right? Into this point. It's not giving us access. We either copy it here, or as a smart DevOps, we come and just insert this command here. So with this command, are we here? So with this command, it will build and publish over SSH and send it to the right point where we should be. And then the next thing is we browse here and we saw the message our master gave to us that from this, after these 6 months, you guys are now DevOps engineer. What Oga didn't add is that don't go and look at YouTube and see what that DevOps engineer are doing, because your mind will be cut. But what Oga did was give us the basic tools so that when you see them talking this, you will be lost. I've actually been looking at DevOps video, and when they are calling for the tools that Oga taught us, I understand. The only part I'm not understanding is the tools that we are yet to learn, and that's not an issue. Go and learn that. All right. So
You say, and that's which one?
the other tools, there are plenty tools now. Remember, I opened this thing.
Too many tools. In
There are
fact,
plenty. See tools scatter for here now.
too many tools.
See
You
Slack,
can't learn it all.
see Matter, see Office. Yeah, just tools just yappa like that.
And as they talk, they could develop more.
My
I'm
brother,
telling you.
now you go help yourself.
They're not,
You allow them.
they're not going to even wait. Smoke will learn this one first before they do another one.
It's not an issue. They don't take it. If that's what they want, I'm going to do them. I don't go drag with them. When they just put me where I go they farm like $250,000 per annum.
I'm telling you.
They come Nigeria after maybe after 15 or 20 years. To come and form engineer for university. I just find knock them my profile. They say, okay, we've been looking for you now.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's well.
All right, so
Okay.
I think from next class we'll begin to build containers. Right? I think that's the next thing.
Okay. But is it possible we do both the containers and Ansible same day?
It's possible now. It's possible because just as Mr. Amoyo said, you wouldn't have to be doing all those. We'll just go straight and be automating directly.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm hoping we can finish everything, maybe 3 classes, so that whoever watches the 3 videos will just go from like the beginning to the end.
That's true.
So it makes it.
If you have the time, maybe us look at software that can join videos together. Right. So we can put the 3 videos together.
The videos together. Okay.
40 minutes in 3 places.
Okay.
So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Yeah. I informed you.
You guys have been wonderful. Thank you.
All right, sir.
Have a
So
lovely week, yo.
is a convenient point to stop.
Okay, then when are we meeting again? Do we fix it for Sunday as usual?
Let's do Sunday.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll be leaving here on Friday, but I don't know what will happen from Monday. So let's leave it on
okay,
Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday. Okay, it's fine.
All right.
All right. Thanks very much. At least with this ones now,